Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today's question is method overriding trick questions in interviews. Many times it is seen that interviewers ask trick questions on method overriding, and it is one of their pet domains. They love to ask tricky questions regarding this, and more often than not, the interviewee will get very confused and may give the wrong answer. So this provides them an opportunity to check the concepts of the interviewee. If he is not very confident, then it will clearly show via these trick questions. So let's go over what we learned in the last video. Method overriding in C# is a feature that allows you to invoke functions that have the same signatures that belong to different classes in the same hierarchy of inheritance via keywords like virtual and override. So as we learned in the last video, let's create a method overriding program from scratch. In order to do that, we will create a parent class. And in this parent class, we will write one method. And the method will be named print display. You can use any name that you like. In this method, I will just go along and print a sentence. The sentence will be in the parent method. Similarly, I will go along and create a child class. This child class will inherit the parent class. So by doing so, we are just creating the base for method overriding. The print display method is present in both the parent and the child class with the same signatures and the same return types. The only difference here will be that the print methods will have different messages to be printed. In the first one, we print in the parent method, and in the second one, we print in the child method. Let's go along and create one more class, and we will call this the subchild, and it will inherit its parent, that is the child class. The method will be the same as the above two, the parent and the child, but just the line to be printed will be different. In this, it will be in the subchild method. In order to call these and to just create the base for the method overriding, let's create an object of the parent class. Now we will call the print display method. The next one we will call the child class. So let's go ahead and create an object of the child class. And here too we will call the method parent print display. Let's create the object of the subchild class also. So what will happen when we run this program? In the parent method will be printed, for the second one in the child method, and for the third one in the subchild method, because these are just simple objects calling their respective methods. So as you can see, build succeeded, and you can see in parent method, in the child method, and in the subchild method. So this is just the basic of what we have in object-oriented principles. So now let's go ahead and utilize the method overriding principles. For that, let's go ahead and create the reference of a parent and the object of the child. Now let's call the print display method on it. In the second case, let's create the object of the subchild method. And call the print display method on it. So as learnt in the previous video, we can see a warning is being displayed over here. What does the warning say? It says that the inherited member is that means the parent is hiding the child. If I go ahead and run this, what will happen is that in both the cases the in-parent method is being called, which eventually reflects what the error is showing over here. The parent is actually hiding the child and the subchild methods, the print display method in it. So what happens over here is we are getting the in-parent method printed in both the cases. I am talking about these two cases. In order to overcome this, what we can do is we can just write virtual over here and write override over here. And in order to print the subchild method also, let's write override here also. Now we do not have any warnings. Let's go ahead and run it. We can see that the in the child method is being printed and in the subchild method is being printed for the second one. So the issue which we were earlier facing has now been resolved. Now here comes the trick which the interviewer can ask you. There are different types of permutation and combination which can go ahead over here. You can add virtual in the parent and override in the child. Or if the interviewer asks that what if I remove the override over here, what will happen? In that case you have to say that the parent of the subchild class, that is the child class, will be hiding the print display method of the subchild class. So let me build it and show you. See, we get the warning as earlier. The subchild method print display method is getting hidden. So this is how you have to explain to the interviewer so that you gain his confidence. In order to print it, the override keyword is absolutely necessary. Now there is another condition. What if I write virtual over here? Let's build it. Now it is said that the print display of the child class is being hidden. What happens if I run it? We will see that in parent method is being printed in both the cases. Why? Because the child class, which is the parent of the subchild class, is already being hidden. So there is no question of the subchild method print display to be printed. In both the cases it sees that the child is being hidden, so it directly prints in the parent method. And the warning which we are getting here is the one which we have seen before. So in order to resolve this issue, we need override to be written over here. In the next case, what we can do is, what if the interviewer asks you that if they just remove the override over here, what will happen? You have to tell them that an error is going to be thrown. And this is a hard error. What does it say? It says that cannot override inherited member print display because it is not marked virtual, abstract or override. In case the parent is not marked as virtual or override, then the system or the compiler throws an error it is absolutely necessary for in method overriding to write either virtual or override. Now, what if I write new over here? Does it build? Absolutely, it builds perfectly. But now what will be printed? We can see that the in parent method is being printed both the times. But now the thing to be noted is that no warning is being displayed because we have mentioned new over here, which in the earlier video is explained that if marking any class method as new tells the compiler that I am intentionally hiding the particular method, so it no longer complains about it. The another condition which we can try is what if we write virtual for all three. Let's go ahead and build it. The build does succeed. Now let's run it. We see that the in parent method is being printed both the times because all of the methods over here are marked as virtual. There is no method which is going to be overridden. So the compiler simply prints the one of which has the reference, that is the parent class. Let's write override for the child class and leave virtual for the sub-child class. Now if we go ahead and build, the build again succeeds. But in this case, what do you expect will be printed for both these messages? For the first one, it will be printed in the child method. For the sub-child object, will also be printed as in the child method. Why does that happen? This happens because the sub-child method is being declared as virtual. The compiler finds that the one only method which is getting overridden is present in the parent of the sub-child class, that is the child class. So it just picks that one and just prints it. There is no need for the compiler to look further because we have already marked the sub-child as virtual. These are the different ways in which the interviewer can confuse you. The interviewers love to ask you different types of combinations using virtual, override and new. Now that you have seen this video, it will be amply clear how to reply to the interviewer. Once these questions are answered, most of the interviewers feel very satisfied. So if you have liked this video, go ahead and press the like button. Also do subscribe to it. If you have any questions regarding this video or if you want to post some new questions, please do mention it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.